Hello summoners, welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to showcase some chapter 1 variant 5 gameplay, the easiest parts. First we're going to talk about that, then like the tough fights. I'm going to show some gameplay, making sure that the video should not go too long. But this is the path that I took. Obviously this was the easiest for my roster, that's why I took it initially. So like notable defenders on this path, Mojo, Mysterio, I'd say that's basically it. And in other parts like the Storm Paramedics, she looked pretty easy, but she was glancing everything. I tried it once, then backed out and went for that path. Then here, the nodes like Bane and Debuff Immune should not be too bad in general, but I just didn't want to deal with the Juggernaut and Sentinel and Man Thing. But that might be the second easiest path, because I don't know. But this Kingpin one is definitely easy. It has like the Kingpin is slightly long fight, especially I use magic. Strike back is a little bit of a problem, but with Doctor Doom and magic they can handle it pretty well. Like this Mysterio could be tough if you are bringing in like all Mystic team, which is what I brought in, because the reason for that is I don't have any good Spider-Verse heroes, and those are the ones that benefit from this chapter. And then you may, like if you have 565 Venom or something, you may want to take these two tech characters. They again have strike back. I went for like the energized path, again use Mojo, like magic on Mojo. Like I'll show the gameplay there. It was a pretty easy solo overall. Like this Captain Marvel, she has mighty charge, so I'm going to include the fight. It's almost a solo. I messed up at 2% but because of the mighty charge, but basically like you can use any character, just bait out heavy attacks and you should be good. Otherwise, like it's a pretty easy fight. Bait out the specials. Captain Marvel is just a normal Captain Marvel with like the nose are pretty easy here. Overall, this quest definitely easier than all the other variants in my opinion. Obviously like you do have the restrictions to bring in just mystic characters or Spider-Verse characters or symbiotes. So now let's jump into the second chapter, and then like we'll have the gameplay. So this is the team that I brought for the second chapter. And the first one, I think I took Morningstar in place for Mephisto. The reason I brought Mephisto here is this Iceman, and depending on whether you have a counter for this or not, this might be or might not be the easiest path. It's really easy though. It's just breakthrough, as long as the cold snap damage is not a problem. Armor break immunity, I don't think like any of the top, like except Sorcerer Supreme, also Symbiote Supreme kind of, but overall like they don't really need, there is no character who really needs to put an armor break on. And even here in the defenders, there's no one who you really want to armor break, like a Killmonger or Emma Frost. This Red Skull is really easy if you have a Symbiote Supreme or a Morningstar or basically any nullified champion. Same goes for Groot. If you are again bringing all Mr. Team, this Captain America can be a bit annoying, not too much, like breakthrough. So if nothing else, just use Doom, get to the second Fury, and that just finishes every single one of these characters, except maybe like this Iceman. I used a Mephisto for this. Looking at other parts, like this one had Ebony Maw, so I didn't even look at the nose. This one had again Killmonger, and Taskmaster and Hylas as well. So this looks a pretty difficult path. What's the node? It's Oscillate, which is something which the boss also has. Then this path might be another pretty easy path. Let's look at the node. So it has Energize again, enhanced abilities and Outlast. So no really tough defender. Again, if you have magic or Doom or someone with good power control, then this like these two guys could be annoying with the power gain, but otherwise it's pretty easy path. I'd say go for this if you can't, like if you are worried about this Iceman. And that's gonna do it. So now let's jump on to the gameplay. And we're back. So I recorded every fight, but I can't really show it, otherwise it would be like a 40-minute video. But I did like pick some for certain fights. The boss fights are included in this, both the bosses, and like those are slightly longer. All the fights are pretty longer, where I use magic, and I use magic a lot. So as you can see, it's over 100 hits, but it's pretty simple fight. You get the idea in this like amount of gameplay. Also, like you're going to see that like it's a long fight, it's not a hard fight. You just need to deal with the strike back. So if you have a power control character, you should be good. It's just a Kingpin. Then this is probably the hardest fight of the entire map. It's a Mojo, and like I can see, if you have again a really good character counter for the Iron Man Infinity War, then you might want to go left and take the War Machine and Iron Man Infinity War. But Mojo, like if you have magic, if you have played against Mojo in Alliance War, then this is going to be a joke, because the nodes are not that difficult. You can stun him, which is huge. So as you can see, after this SP2, like we are pretty safe, and like we're not running suicides or recoil or anything, so the damage isn't the best. We do have the Morning Star synergy to enhance some damage. Got clipped there. Limbo will save us. Like we weren't dying anyways. But like as you can see, even though this is a variant level Mojo, he's definitely not as annoying as he usually is in something like Alliance War with flow nodes and stuff. So like it's a pretty easy fight, I'd say, overall, if you have magic or some other good counter. And like Spider-Gwen might be one of the best characters for this chapter. Like Spider-Verse characters do get a buff here, and she does have power control in Enverweight as well, and her damage output is also pretty nice, so she could be really good here. And then we have this Mysterio. So I used Dr. Doom here. It wasn't the cleanest fight, but still. So again, with Dr. Doom, you don't even need 2 Furies for most situations. And here, like, we're going to go for the SP1, SP2, and that will finish off the fight. And plenty of overkill there. So and now this is the first chapter boss, Captain Marvel, sorry. And like as you can see, the strategy in this fight is not sped up. Like I'm going to show you the whole thing. Again, it's with magic. My Dr. Doom died before this. So far, like I've just done the chapter 1, to be fair, but I haven't used any items, and it looks like if you have, like, I don't have the best roster for chapter 1, to be honest. I don't have Starkin and Spider-Man and still Sue Spidey, which are probably going to be the best. I haven't seen any gameplay till now. I just went in like blind. You may have seen some like really cool tricks and stuff, so I just took in my mistakes, and they even, like, if you have rank 5 mistakes, it's going to be easier than all of the other variants, in my opinion. And especially if you have like Dr. Doom, like he is definitely chapter 1 is not, like, I use magic more, but in chapter 2 I almost use Doom for every single fight basically. And yeah, in chapter 2 mystics are going to get buffed, so like that would go so much easier. And in this fight, as you can see, there's nothing really going on. It's just a slightly long fight because of magic's damage output. If I was using Doom, I would probably be done by now. But yeah, so strategy here is definitely to bait out heavy attacks and then get the in. Also, like, using a power control character here actually hurts you, because Captain Marvel's special attacks are pretty easy to bait and they do give you opening. So yeah, but like as you can see, this fight, it's really hard to die. I will manage to do it somehow. Like in the end, as I said before, she was at 2%, and I forgot about the mighty charge. I went in, got clipped. Obviously it is a variant boss. She would hit probably pretty hard. I don't really remember, but you don't really need a counter or anything for this. Like in variant 4, I remember the Deadpool X4 boss, he was a really big pain for people who didn't have ghosts and stuff. Yeah, I messed up and died. So now we are going to move on to chapter 2. This Iceman, again, Mephisto makes really quick work of this Iceman. So no difficulties here. Then we have this Rhino, who could be difficult if you bring in an all mystic team. But again, because of the breakthrough, after you get like stack up some of these charges, you can get stuff like that 21,000. And I'm not using suicide masteries, I'm not using any boosts of any kind in this run. So like it's pretty easy. And this is the Gamora boss, and it has power shield on as the main node, but like it's again nothing to worry about. It also has oscillate, so while she has the armor up, she is pretty defensive. She is like, don't dash in at her, she might use her special, she might not. I just ignored my own advice there. But in the fury phase, she's really like, both her specials are, they are not difficult. If you get hit by them, you will die. They do hit really hard, they are unblockable. But like Claire is amazing here. If you like, here I'm going to switch to the bleed mode, and because of the power shield and how Claire's regeneration works, like you will all, even if you are going in at 1 or 2%, get to a SP2 and you will just pop up to 100% straight away, because like her damage is directly proportional to the her healing is directly proportional to the damage you do. So like here there was some break crits and stuff. Again, Doom with his SP2 might be the better option, but again he died before reaching the boss. Otherwise this would have been a really faster video if I would have like if Doom would have survived till the end. But Clairvoyant definitely is still a really solid option for this. Any character can do this. As you can see, like it's not a hard fight, it doesn't require any counter or any stuff. So that's gonna do it for this one. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, subscribe to the channel and stay safe. Bye bye.